we only have one. I'll bring it up later as well, but yeah, we only have one additional interest for the audit for something to be put in scope.
Cool.
Uh, and I think it might be out of scope to
Oh,
be discussed in a few
yeah,
minutes. I want folks' opinion.
sounds cool.
All right, put the link to tenants to the agenda. Just give it one more minute so we could start because I do want to discuss uh get folks' opinion on one topic. Sharing my screen. All right, so it's 2 minutes after, so I'll officially start the meeting. Meetings are automatically recorded. Hey folks, welcome to the September 4, 2024 Kubernetes SIG Docs third-party security audit sub-project meeting. I'm your host today. My name is Ray Alejano. This meeting abides by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which boils down to be kind to each other. And this meeting is being recorded and will be uploaded to YouTube. So be mindful if you want to or don't want to share your videos, share. So right into this project talks about, or we help manage their regular third-party security audits. Last one was released last in May, or I'm sorry, last April. And we are in the progress of releasing or scoping out the next audit as well. I do want to bring up a discussion topic. So we did send out communication to SIG co-chairs, tech leads, sub-project leads about requesting for components of the Kubernetes project to be in scope of the next audit. And we only have one that was out of, we have a list of, we've had folks that have reached out to us over the past year and a half or so. But we have one additional one and just wanted to discuss it. And it's KOps, specifically KOps for AWS. And in my opinion, it might be out of scope since it is provisioning for a external provider. So, but just want to get other folks' opinion if it is something that we can or that can be put in scope of the audit or should be or if it's external.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it?
Sorry, go ahead, Roy.
Yeah, it's because COPS is part of the Kubernetes organization, but then if it's specifically the AWS piece, that feels a bit odd.
Yeah, that was a minimum, or that was what was. I think it would be better if it would just left out just cops and just like, and if maybe we could just have that in scope or part of that in scope and not just specific for a specific provider. I think that part is better since it is part of the Kubernetes SIG's org GitHub repo if I recall correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's it. It's in the right repo, so it makes sense. But yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, general look at COPS might be interesting. Because we look at the kind of the auditors could look at how the project does build on top of ADM, which I want to say it builds on top of.
Yeah, my instinct is that something so very specific is not the best value for the wider Kubernetes user base. It feels like a lot of money for a relatively small. I don't know the numbers, but it feels like it's taking time that could serve a lot of people and kind of giving it to fewer people. That wasn't very eloquently put, but I think we all know roughly what I was meaning.
Yeah, I think we're all in the general same understanding that maybe not specific provider, but a general look into that part of the code repo itself, or that part of the Kubernetes dash SIGs repository.
Yeah. It actually looks like it's under main Kubernetes. I didn't realize that until I looked.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Kubernetes / kops, which is who knew?
Yeah, I did not know that. I assumed it was Kubernetes dash SIG since.
Yeah, I would have guessed. That would be my guess
Yeah.
too.
Their main documentation page or their download page is cops.sigs.k8.io.
So that, yeah, but the repo's in. Oh, probably a legacy thing, I would guess. But it's straight off Kubernetes.
I think that's yeah, I think we're all in general agreement there that not for specific provider, just general look into it, especially it is under Kubernetes. It's not Kubernetes dash SIGs. Okay, so that was the only request we've had from any SIG co-chair or chair, tech lead, project lead, so project lead as well. Besides, I guess we do have a full. In my opinion, we have a good list of if we want to take into account all the features that have been GA'd. I'm still in progress of getting those code links as well. I know Amir, there was an email I haven't replied. Sorry, I just wanted to reply when I did have a good link for you. But I know where the code links are. I know where I could easily get those. So it's so I could create the list of GA'd features since 124 and also the links to the specific additions to the code for those features. So I'll get that out to you.
Perfect. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as we have that, we can finish the RFP and start getting that in motion.
Yep. Yeah, I'm working on today. That's what I have scheduled out. And we're pretty close to our mid-September dates in terms of scoping and getting the RFP out as well. So hopefully that'll be finished this week in terms of the listing out the features and the code links to the other components of Kubernetes that have requested either through conferences or through Slack or through other communication forums for the past year and a half or so. I'll have that running list here.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. So these are cluster API, nodes connectivity, shared public cloud library, credential provider plugin, image builder, and the CEL validating admission policy. And
honestly, quite a lot to keep people busy with just that little lot.
Yeah, exactly. There was one feature I was tempted to add in just as the dynamic resource allocation, but it's an alpha feature. And I feel like it's been in alpha since 126, I believe, and it's been re-implemented several times. So I feel like it might be too premature to add into scope, but it was something I would like to definitely in the future.
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, it'd be tricky with an alpha because there's also a risk that they go and re-implement again, and then the time is essentially wasted.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, that's something that is. Go ahead, Ian. Sorry,
right. I was just going to say auditing against a moving target seems like a recipe for lost time.
Yeah,
I totally agree. But something I would like to add in the future is dynamic resource allocation. I'll probably add it in the roadmap myself. Okay, I think this list here and recent GA features since 124 is pretty good set so far. So I'll just we'll just have the code links available for the folks at Ostif and should be good to go.
excellent. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah. And we did have requests for the liaison from the SRC. I don't have the person yet, or don't have a result of the request, but the request has been made.
That'll be good.
That's all right. Okay. All right. So I think that's all I have. want to open up for any other discussion topics?
I have nothing. Just thank you for being across this. And yeah, as soon as we, I think we're on track, as you said, from mid-September to get get all the information we need to get that RFP out. So, yeah, just want to thank you again, and looking forward to the next steps.
Very cool.
Okay.
All right. Thanks everyone for attending. Thanks everyone for watching. If anyone's watching on YouTube. All right. I'll
Indeed.
talk
Yeah.
to-
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers, all.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you again. Bye.